beginners. Now, this is nothing advanced. I'm just going to show you some essential things that should be part of your routine. And I think that these things by themselves will be very helpful. So let's get right into this. Now, we giving you about 6 tips that should definitely be incorporated into your routine. Number 1, moisturize. This may mean, basically from research, natural hair. You may learn that the hair technically has a coily nurture. This makes it hard for the sebum and the skin to really contain all the hair. So natural hair can dry with breakage point. You definitely need to moisturize as well. This can mean definitely leaning towards certain ingredients, oils that penetrate the hair, etc. Also, avoiding some ingredients as well, and maybe opening up a spray bottle, putting water in it, and spraying it every time before you dry, or moisturizing according to your moisture cycle. So if you know that your hair can't go longer than 3 days without being moisturized, then don't go longer than 3 days. So know your moisture cycle or how much, whether your hair can handle a pea-sized of honey or whatever your baby will. So yeah, that would definitely be helpful. Number 2, washing your hair. You definitely need to strike a balance when it comes to washing your hair. So you definitely don't want to wash it too much, and also don't want to wash it too late. So what this means is that how often you should wash your hair usually should be according to your lifestyle. So if you know you're super active and you're doing things that will make you sweat a lot and stuff like that, then you should definitely be washing more often. So I advise substituting regular shampoo or soap with a conditioner, because conditioners have mild cleansing properties, but they can't completely substitute soap or a real cleanser, because you still need to, yes, say if you wash your hair every 3 days, so within conditioning your hair twice a week or more, make sure every once a week or every 2 weeks you will use an actual cleanser for your hair, because if not, the little dirt that gets from the conditioning left over from the conditioning will build up. So yeah. Tip number 3, braids. Now I have found that when I braid my hair or twist it or whatever protective style you like, it helps keep moisture in my hair for longer. So if I wear my hair loose, it doesn't even take a day, then it becomes super dry, especially when I lie down and wake up, or in it tangles. But when it's in braids, my hair can stay moisturized for up to a week without me having to moisturize it. So braids or twist or whatever is definitely helpful for me, of course, when done right, because I'm sure some people may argue that I've tried these things and they made my situation worse. Well, there's a formula to these things, so not making your braids too tight. And if you want to use artificial hair, like you want to use extensions, make sure that your actual hair is more than the extensions, so that it doesn't weigh your hair down. And also, if you want to use a weave on, make sure you don't leave it on for too long, and make sure you really prep your hair before putting it into the weave on. Make sure you moisturize it well, make sure you wash it before putting it in, and make sure you don't leave it for too long, because if you leave a weave on your hair for 3 months, That means you literally just went 3 months without washing your hair. That's not good. So definitely don't leave it on for too long. But I usually just braid or twist or do whatever with my real hair. And I'm not a wig or artificial hair fan at all. They're great if you use them well. So choose which route you want to go. And another thing is there are different styles out there, so you should look at what length your hair is and do the styles that your hair can do at that length, and it will definitely, I'm sure, be helpful to you, whether you choose buns, twists, braids, cornrow, rasta, like rasta, or proper term box braids. Whatever style you choose, there's so many styles out there you can choose. So, tip number 4, over manipulation. Now, I don't want to be hypocritical here because I know I definitely struggle with keeping my hands out of my hair, but I definitely try to fight this because I know that it doesn't help. Because when your hands are in your hair all the time, you're always playing with it. The hair is not strong already, so if you're just making things harder for yourself. So you should definitely try to cure this disease. And also, if you're the type of person who always changes your hairstyle, like every 2-3 days you have a different hairstyle, no. Leave your hair alone. When you leave your hair alone, neglect it in a good way, it will grow. So I just usually tuck my hair away in braids after moisturizing, washing it, and then leave it for a week and moisturize or more, and moisturize it every couple of days. So definitely, if you have this habit of your hands always being in your hair and stuff like that, just deal with it because it's not helping you. Tip number, I think 5. I think we're on 5. So 5. Stay away from chemical processes. Things like relaxers, hair dyes, texturizers, etc. They're not really great for your hair, and especially if they're not applied correctly. Even if they're applied by an expert, at times experts, for some strange reason, can really mess you up, and you can really get hair damage or even scalp damage. So it's best to stay away from these things. But when it comes to hair dye, if you really must dye your hair, just do it only a few times in a year, maybe twice a year. Because if you're that type of person and you're dyeing your hair like every 2 months, that's not great. Then that means you don't want to grow your hair long. This is not to say that when you put these things in your hair, it won't grow long. It can, but it definitely won't make it easier. So try to resist these things. So my last tip is diet. Now you can't think that just because your hair isn't growing, this and that, you're having this and this problem, it's always because you didn't apply your moisturizer, you didn't put this and this in your hair. Sometimes it can be your diet, especially when it comes to protein. You need a moderate amount of protein in your diet. Your hair loves protein. Don't overdo it and eat too much in your diet. Just keep a balanced diet. So nutrients and minerals are, certain vitamins and minerals are great for hair. So you definitely want to be getting things like vitamin A, protein, and many things into your diet. It will definitely be helpful. I think the Ghanaian diet is already very healthy, so you just need to know how to balance it out. And eat it at the right time, eating the right proportions. So you should definitely take a look at diet, avoiding greasy foods, reducing sugar intake, all these things. So I'm gonna give you an idea of what these will look like. The things I've showed you will look like in real life. So I will show you my routine. What I do is when I wash my hair, which is usually every 1 to 2 weeks, when I wash my hair and I let it dry a little bit, not to get dry but just to be damp, to get it to not be too wet. Then I apply whatever pomade of my choice. Usually I put in cool or shea butter, but right now I'm out, so I'm just using some pomade. I don't even remember its name. So I'm using some pomade, then apply it. Sometimes you can use the lock method, basically layer things. That's another topic. But yeah, you can apply whatever pomade of your choice, and then I usually braid it into whatever hairstyle of my choice. I braid or whatever you want to do, bun or whatever. Then I leave it alone throughout till the next wash day, and I moisturize as needed. So yeah, these are my tips. These are just core essential things that should be part of every routine. So this is not exactly advanced level. I may do a video on those things later. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I hope these tips have been very helpful to you. Thank you.